Hello TikTokers. Today I wanted to ask a question. Do you think that narcissists are demons? Because a lot of people, that's what they call them. And demons are people who try to steal your joy. They put you down. They make you feel bad about yourself. They destroy your happiness. And yes, are they fallen angels? Could you call them such? The thing is, if you have a demon in your life, does that mean you don't have faith in Jesus Christ or in God the Father? Because demons can only infiltrate where the protection of the Father does not exist. So you have to ask yourself the question, if somebody like that, like a narcissist, is allowed in your life, what is he or she trying to tell you about you? I'm not saying that two demons can't coexist, or that a demon and an angel, which is the opposite, cannot coexist. Are you an angel? The thing is with narcissists is that yes, they come into our lives, they make us unhappy, many of us unhappy, they steal our joy. But we have to ask ourselves, what purpose do they serve? Everyone comes into our lives for a reason. What are they there to show you about yourself? And that's the crux of this. You know, I'm sure many of you have seen those phrases that they say people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. They come to either use you, teach you a lesson, or uplift you and empower. So people come into your lives for different reasons. So how did the narcissist get into your life? Did you lose faith in the Father? Were you weak? Did you trust man instead of God? What responsibility do you have for that person coming into your life? That's what I'm trying to say. How did that person manage to steal your joy? If you are a confident child of God, how did he or she do that? Now, we have people who are slagging off these narcissists big time. And it's almost like they're shifting responsibility, total responsibility. And we have to ask ourselves, what is our role in this person being in our life? And what can we learn from it? I'd like to think that when someone invokes negative comes into my life, somebody who shows me how impatient I am, how angry I can get and quick-tempered, somebody who makes me realize I'm not as generous as I thought I was, somebody who highlights my faults, in other words. I'd like to think that they come into my life to teach me something. Whether it comes in the form of a narcissist or in the form of any other person. I'd like to think that they come into my life so I can reflect and self-reflect. And many people, when people come into their lives, they take the focus off of themselves and don't check themselves and are busy criticizing and judging the other person. Narcissists are very uncomfortable people to live with, especially the covert and malignant and maladaptive ones. They're the worst ones to live with. But you have to ask yourself, how are you dealing with that situation? And we all know that we need our own needs to be met. How do we get our own needs met? It's by being assertive, isn't it? It's by saying, if you don't like something, it's by saying, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. That is not what I believe. If you're dealing with a narcissist, that can rub him or her up the wrong way, because they're not interested in your needs or what you want or how you feel. What they're interested in is how you make them feel and their needs. So if you're in a situation where all of a sudden you want your needs to be met, whatever those needs are, you're going to come up with some conflict. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you that either you have to become completely selfless, or you're assertive, you make a stand, and the person that's in your life has to respect your views, your opinions, your feelings, and your values. Now, if you take a stand, that means the narcissist cannot rule you. It means that you have God's protection and God's love. And if you're a child of God, God will protect you. God will give you the strength to stand by your values, to stand by your beliefs. And if you are a child of God, you will be doing the right thing as best as you know how. None of us are sinless. I read an interesting phrase. It said, none of us are sinless, but we can all sin less, which means we don't have to sin as much. Our goal is not to sin at all, but we're not perfect. So all I'm saying is that when you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to ask yourself, who you consider is a demon, you have to ask yourself, how did he infiltrate your life? How did a demon come into the life of a Christian? Did you let your guard down? Did you forget Jesus or God, whoever you believe in? Did you forget them for a minute? Maybe you did. Maybe you started relying on your own judgment. You started relying on your own thoughts and your own feelings instead of the Most High. Is that a possibility? Because some of us forget ourselves, or we forget God, and we start thinking, I know best. I know what's good for me. I have a funny feeling. My spirit tells me. When somebody comes into your life, you have to take him or her to God and ask, has this person been sent by you? Is this person meant to elevate me, build me up, improve who I am? Or have they come into my life to destroy me? God wouldn't send anyone in your life to destroy you. What he would do, he would send people in your life to help you reflect on who you are and improve you. Improve how you relate to others. Improve how you relate to yourself. Is that a possibility, that you took your eye off the ball for a quick minute and allowed that person to come into your life? Because for that quick minute, you forgot to ask God the question, have you ordained this person? Because the funny thing is that if you ask God a direct question, you will get an answer. If you flip-flop and dilly-dally, you won't, and you'll be left confused. But ask God a direct question, you will get an answer. Sometimes when I'm in doubt, I say, God, did you send this person to me? Is this person meant to be in my life? And I might even challenge him and say, if he is, please let him do A, B, C, D, and E. Would you believe he will do A, B, C, D, and E, one of them? And I can sit back and say, okay, God, you have ordained. But even then, like those who crossed the Red Sea, and even though God parted the seas and allowed people to go through, they still had doubt. That's same like us. Even though God tells us time and time again that somebody is for you or not for you, you will still create your doubts. Nothing to do with God. He's already answered your question. He's already told you twice. And once something is delivered, it cannot be re-delivered. So you don't keep waiting for him to keep reinforcing and, confirming. He's already done that. So ask the question, a direct question, and then just leave it and watch and wait. Anyway, I'm Black Bright News on YouTube. I hope you found this of interest, and I hope it's helpful for you. That's all for now. Bye-bye.